candidate for 2020 elections. Na nedie medio ba oya wanwasem because oya wanwasem a yeah you call school yeah call science kakra no biology chemistry physics biology pen na me pe physics die na oba we why physics be ye mu professor just me dream wo car me ase the last time she not a doctor but she is the latest the latest professor Nana Amma Brown Clutchy. You are welcome.
Thank you, Mago.
Prof, yeah, that's a uji penny say and ne be ba. Na in all honesty, chese ohuye me won pa. Me hu bi aso ani mani age because ade a wotimi ye no. Prof, o mi wu ko ba kra me ntimi nye. Physics. Now you ne saying ana wusua no ye de uko school shonko bi ana na wo papa or your lecturer bi ana say ana uko special ana wo ye wo UK because now no me guess ye wo no UK. How did you get here? How did you begin?
Mago me da su bebre minchia me willingness nyina obi o te obiara na minchia me kromofo abrase bukwa mankese constituency fu nyina
where it show
manda SYT TV SYZ fu so ase na akwanya waza mahen na yetum ye chechre bi ma yenuanom nkakrama young minds so wetum wesua bi na waza akho enyim o program ete bi da na me feed them oye oboboa ma yenuanom nkakrama titu mesiafo a one thing you may be ase wetum wata ase bi be say questions bebre wa wo mo UK wo mo nyamfe kwekrofor nyamfe kwekrofor ye ekro village kakra wo abrasebu kwa mankese district
okay wo constituency ho
mo constituency me kro mo ye Kofi Kinata besina amuna donko nungu because when you kwan ho nti besa na roadside and na nanto akọ inside nti wo mo Ghana he ya wo abra sebu kwa mankesi na me hye mu school ase wo ho na me kwatua do anomabo Methodist primary na JHS
obonoma baby ama wo na mbenyi ho
Crow what they can tell you what they can say
why you na me baby ama wo na mbenyi anu ma bufu ye checha
Enti jami anchaze me wie JHS na mkochi do Mfantiman Girls Secondary School.
Okay.
Enti aho na meka ye me science. Enti before no na me do University of Cape Coast for first degree BSc. Okay. Na me register for masters wo ho. Na me go masters no do na me accelerated PhD. What the program fufu be for I wanna why your masters first year. Into research phase no. They can upscale it now I can your PhD level. Instead of doing 1 year research now in 3 years for PhD degree. It's that be not okaban. But then me starting no, I had some challenges, of course, to the mechanic. And your man, yes, smooth the our life no linear the ma ye beje no kwem e besan wechi kakra na atua. Nti ya me na domara. Menya another opportunity was South Africa to start a PhD all over again. Into Mr. Mkwai. Into when I jam do me PhD na Mr. Ghana.
Prof. Na family. Every bang. And it take a decision to. Are you married? And when? How many children? And how are you combining? Lecturing, learning, babies, husbands who are literally the firstborns, home.
But that's it. Even the first one, it be some question with them. My parents were teachers and I call special school. My parents, they were ordinary health workers. No one yet teachers, but what try for my family in our fan here in school. Papa and Mammy one fan to from make sure that our boy and we needs. All the educational needs they tried. And I also cry from my papa kakranti. So your boy no once war boy. Na I mean going forward, you know, it be also about my marriage. I'm not a mawar. Remember ye basa. It's a mawar for some time now. Mawar for about 18 or so years.
Hey, Prophet Yesi Muntem. Umpe to be wasted time
yeah.
Hey, catch them young.
It's a Mwambe Basa, Baina Corner Bessia for a beard.
Good. Hey, inti enkola no so me science ana.
If you zoom come Maba penny no, us there when the scientists in his canton or Peduma. Of a professional, all the benches cast, where would I science? I'm in a Mukunya, tried the lecturers and say he doesn't want to become a scientist like us. Into Michel he can be another type of scientist into or IT or information technology, CCR. On an open and it looks like this is the technological age into Sikano piano, if you do bottom when you're
na penino how many years?
Remember paying our universities here.
Oh, okay. And I kakap do the nature direct no so.
Mod nature or basic school on 9 years.
And I kakaba
last one over 5 years.
Oh.
Na two ABN no any was in kakama to any was in common fear. Kakaba crowders I will be also a medical doctor. Kakaba crown. Or your impona academy in Boko Hospital. Also, I'm a doctor myself. And so the baby lawyers now say, I think you can call a bigger doctor. She keeps saying a medical doctor.
Oh,
and in friends no so a girl paying so no so baby also a scientist. On yes so sure which type of scientist you want to be. Then now will have to come from us to guide her through. And going forward no so will depend on new interest. My husband or PhD in chemistry. Into only a chemistry now me a physics. Into maybe again up a scientist no. We are actually fighting over her if she should go by my line or to go by my husband's line. You know.
Oh, okay. See, that you said that is also a scientist.
Yes, he's a chemist.
Hey, hey, biology. Anyone biology? Now you say more complete science no fear. Now, dog, you are very young.
Yeah.
Prof. Hey, mano. Doctor, now you made it. Prof, you are very young. I think you are in your 40s.
Yes, I was 40 last year, so I'm turning 41 on Monday. And for tomorrow.
You told me, hey, happy birthday to you. Yeah, XYZ Broadcast Media. You're very special. Hey, we'll go for cake in the Prof.
Yes, please.
Now, 40. And penny over university. Let's just say starting tempo.
Starting temp. And I think that will be one of the challenges we have to talk. We need time to talk about. And maybe me fi no. Easy by 15 years now we are it's the in another way.
Wow.
Microm yeah baby teenage pregnancy or yeah very ripe it's really dominating and on poverty it's really correlates very well with poverty. But I mean, I didn't. My needs and time me a teenager, so I crossed that bridge and sana. But then we'll talk about that on another day because it's a whole topic. It's a whole topic.
Now, Prof. And see, with this early way I was starting out to medical school, so I be do a brain.
Yeah.
Be beyond stop you, just say. Because there's a young lady watching us, AB, unfortunately, 15, 16, wow, or Jane said that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Do you think there is hope for that person?
Of course, there is hope. So, befriend education, it doesn't depend only on only on the parent. It depends also on the community. It depends also on the society. Of course, it also depends on the government. Then the parent will also have their role to play. And abofrebia away the 15 or say, me find a way and wow. That's why you're willing to about to new school though. In fact, she should be encouraged to continue. When you school done, a human or she should be encouraged to go. Now parents now abofrana wow the parent. One fan a banana one boy. Men take a break. Make sure my brother do all through because I had support. Many my parents to support me through. Many my siblings to support me all through. And I cannot take all the glory. Of course, to the America, maybe our university all right, but I'm still young.
Very.
And now I constant check and support. I did my framan my house to watch yado and our bobrano. Into me who no baby if no. Ya ho another man year mo na mamboa na mabaso enye baby engineer. Eventually obey a problem. Into no chade the effort nyina yedu gudu na fie boa no. No wakaya abakano the leading child no. Otumoko nenyim na nkakrama no so otum usua na oduko through. It has not been easy.
Yeah, Prof, I can imagine. What were some of the challenges? Because watching you right now, I'm amazed.
Yes.
Obroni Bekasa, I'm flabbergasted. Yes, because you are very young and very, very young.
That's so young.
Yes. Oh, Prof, you are young. Prof, you are young.
Really?
And see, as challenges, even problems, and if we see coming up.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of our young people are 15, 14, 16. They think say na ninte or they want who ma benin bina or you know for daily bread nazi or in there any life our baby.
Yeah.
How you were a professor today?
Yeah. Mago, I think challenges near baby challenge baby no ho. Ebi a me medin on to do be nede. Main challenge. And I was a KBC growing up no at every stage. In fact, I'm from primary school. Benya was so pedama benyinfo will be disturbing you really. When you me then no, this is not a ripe age for a girl to go into a relationship. No. That is when they even want to come your way to disturb you, and either they want to propose to you. And to say a young lady, not say focus on what life. They be or they could do certain stage and son start going into a relationship. They can terminate really your education or they can terminate something that you plan to do. And it was a challenge. Either me jump over and either a hurdle and I had to cross. And growing up from my community, no, me catch until I am 18 years. No, I will not go into any relationship with any guy. And I kept really to myself until maybe 18. In fact, even when I was 18, I called university. And suddenly I decided that I want to start a relationship. And I agreed to a proposal. And it's one challenge. Other challenges are...
Prof, even on the first challenge, looking at you, I can imagine in your 15, 16, you're so sleek.
Yeah, I tell you, slim things.
And your black beauty, so astounding, like, you know, who say, yes, this is beauty. How did you avoid deciding there you're not going into relationship? That is one. But the men, when him say they don't stop you.
They will pester you.
So how did you avoid? Did you have any strategy or something that puts them off, or anytime they come, you say no? Even how I know.
On the pole, yes. On the pole, picking there, yes.
So how?
And there's no particular strategy. Either you're serious. And other course, I'm meaningful. Man can the wusro. On your base or you're serious. Into if be about one channel or you be why also you're serious. Into one there you have that serious mind, you have that serious agenda you are pursuing. Be will not come your way. Another waba my answer they will find their way and go away. Into kasa into on the nano I'm interested in you. Then you also will say that yes, you must be a nice guy, but I'm not ready for this. Then you move on.
Did anybody say he's going to wait for you?
Yes.
And did they wait?
Yes.
So our husband waits.
Yes.
He waited.
He waited for 3 years.
He waited for 3 years.
He waited for 3 years.
Hey, Prophet, no dopa. 3 years. Hey, I don't know, Mr. Nikrom. Our husband. We appreciate you for waiting.
Yeah, he waited for
3 years.
Yes.
He not just obey me at Hey.
Yeah.
And the Prophet no doni muyedu. But you know, not just say audio bo bebre because of the way probably you carried yourself. Who say menyefo wo hum besiafo na we serious mess me kana ehun there e vision na there. They don't want to let go.
Yeah, exactly.
And for all you know, no, there can be you know, playing around the ones that they are not serious whilst keeping their own. Mostly that is what they do. So he waited.
What's there and submit rough work to your teacher? I don't know what's up. But anyway, there's another thing. You see, some of these men, if they come propose to you and you say no to them, even without disrespecting them, just a simple no, I'm not ready, or I'm not cut out for this, they tend to hate you. And I'm sure there are a lot of young ladies out there who are facing this kind of challenge. But then, I mean, they should keep to their track. They should keep to their focus. Because eventually, you'll be okay. Eventually, you'll be okay.
Eventually,
yeah, you'll be okay. Just keep to it.
Them stage, you know, them teenage stage, you know, Benin propose to you, Benin also pay. Na ekade no, most ekade he can even hate you. No? Besiabano, aya ene wo yankofo na edwen ma wo ma ideas anade e wo dey catch your parents. Now my idea, because it is not easy, especially in an environment where the guys are there, ubeko school na wash show nazi. Incha ye na ye mesiafo woni most you know, upon school pon na reba, obi obetimi abehia wo kwan mu nazi. Who did you talk to get yourself encouraged to keep yourself for the appointed time whilst our today's husband was waiting? Yeah,
luckily no one. I keep a lot of things to myself, but then I knew I was capable of saying no when I have to say no. My mama, for example, was secondary school, no, there was one of area guys, he proposed it to me. In some secondary school, SS3. You know, we SS. It's are you that wicked? In some way, we SS. If I die and you must start a relationship, so that I mean to me secondary school, and I'll tell my father. But actually, they didn't tell my father because of the area. My papa knew me, papa he kept begging me. He apologized for a very long time.
Hey, now papa is strong.
Hey, papa not very strong. Hey, we wouldn't want to have an issue with him. There was also one instance, also SS, another boy, call classification classes. He wrote a letter proposing to me, and the letter came with a lot of mistakes. So I replied to the letter. In fact, I corrected the letter, and then added his own copy and posted it back to him.
You killed his ego. All constituencies. All talk about my prof.
No,
you killed his ego.
We are the best friends now. We are the best of the friends now.
But fathers as well, where street very good. I'm Miss One area. Me papa was in the O2. Because of the gun, nobody comes to our house, you know, and it's really helped.
Baby, so on your good, because strict baby, no, I that abafra so general one what
straightness kakra,
yeah, manage, yeah, but it's more of the guiding abafra no, and now besie bia no ho ye feel. So only outer beauty crowd or inner beauty. So the parents na from beauty to bring no man never you aware there. You are beautiful. I mean when I step out there na Miss One obi catch them you are beautiful. Miss Papa catch them that. You are beautiful. Miss Mommy catch them that. Or say be a me pe. No maybe say that because I mean obi apem me baby that. So which so like I'll just be joking around. No way with them. No, I'm very serious to have anything. So there's no one style to handle these kind of proposals. Or it
really looks like you had an it was imputed in you to be just a serious or a focused person.
Yes.
Honestly, because from your environment, how did you decide to do science?
Very well.
Because science, for me, it's anyway. If it's not your area, you say it's difficult. It's not my area at all. So
same way your area is difficult for me.
The first time I did so well in science was GSS one. I had a 75%. And my father bought me an egg. It's wow, you can imagine. It's Prof. When did you decide to do science?
Science came to me naturally, because I used to ask a lot of questions. Imagine that was studio here, what the lights be or brightest and this other lights, maybe some handsome. Remember, I miss me to be a question, be said, and so I used to ask a lot of questions about nature, mostly about nature. And say it wasn't particularly physics, but they can answer some of them. I mean, that some of the answers were not correct, but it is now that I knew some of the answers. Into medical school, because school be a teacher, I don't know. Into teachers no so medical school all right. No, I can school science, SSI, science. Into it just came natural to me do secondary school no so. Me who the physics came in really handy. Monsieur science courses but biology but the mequatro exams are mark number. Chemistry, I didn't like it because I think the teacher didn't put in that much effort.
Oh, okay.
My physics teacher was very good. My biology teacher was very good, but my chemistry teacher wasn't that good.
Physics examples ni be na ye dey. Me person me kai me ya emba. Dey na ye
friction.
Friction. Oh, into osmosis, need diffusion, need
chemistry, but then there's a bit of physics also. Diffusion or physics. And
GSS, oh baby, dog.
Diffusion.
Hey, prof. My friend dog affection.
Your heat, temperature, oscillation. In fact, sounds. Who studio have where physics baby how?
Oh, okay.
Sounds, then you know your beats, your frequency, your pitch, then you know your physics. Well, white light, it's a combination of all colors. It's a white light, you're breaking down, you're being blue, you're being red, you're being yellow.
In the white light?
Yes. It's colors in our boma, no, a white.
Oh, really?
When you put all the colors together, then you get white. It's blue, yellow, green, all the colors we know. When you put it together, colors of rainbow. When you put it together, then we have white light.
Hey, National Science and Maths quiz, physics. Hey, more students in the more share program. I'm over pass it off. Hey, really?
They know because we use dispersion. So it's a dispersion of light. And see the white light, you pass through a prism. It breaks it or dispersion into different components.
Really, and then my students show me on back. I say, yeah, madam, say, hey, prof. And see, we'll start say physics. Now I say, and you said something very important. Said your physics teacher was very good. It's not just say in PMP, teachers no to me and motivated students. Yeah. Probably because the chemistry wasn't that well, you ignored it. But the physics was so well. And see, a church for cry in classrooms. Most of the children's destinies. Sometimes it's determined by them.
More than 50%, I would say. More than 50% of Abufrano will take a particular course, and other obey good in a particular course. It depends on teachers. More than 50% of the case, it depends on the teachers. Yeah.
I think I was good at English language and social studies. I don't know anything.
But no.
That could be life skills.
Life skills. Vocational and technical.
Physics, maths,
Obiana strength.
But Prof, who did there many Prof, NC, why you focus fitty area who free to me who say area most of my hurricane Miss Afono why ya 14 na wode o wonade wait me afemua de aba bedu sesebre. Did you ever dream of going into politics?
No.
So at what point?
So I took the decision to okay, let me put it this way, to contest an election. I took the decision in 2018. That was in March 2018. Now, mama I'm in a store I'm feel good for. And I'm beside there and see Abra Sebu Kwamankasi, yen challenges ye be bredo. You have too many problems and most of them are fundamental problems. And see yen leadership obo to work can be my hand. Because me with the national cake no your cope. You know, be a geneze. See, you know, be a obotum where on the new years and waiting work at pure be is our banner for development. My betna. Maybe that why am I even complaining? Why am I not going into it? Until I took the decision in March 2018, I did my background checks and then stepped in May 2018.
Wow.
Then the election was in 2019 July.
Wow.
I mean, August, I think, August. So it was virtually 1 year.
So you just went into it one day.
Yeah.
The thoughts came. You share environments, and now share problems. You needed solutions, and you're like, why can't I offer myself to get a solution for the people? Then you really love your people.
Yeah, it's so. This is a baby. Me mama wo me papa wo me nuane wo me nana no me wo fa no obi a ofie. We am fe quickrofu and near environs mo bushafo other towns. Inte if you can't get the best for them, what is your use? Akọ school e kodu baby ebeko ekodu. Nkonkro beze me fie common shadan do bi adam. Me kwa nkaka mutumi yi meze mo ho. Urban school to support admissions, to support payment of fees. To nyaman kakra menka pre juma na zeze yetumi yaka pre bi yazeba. But ehwe kro no oye constituency in entirety a ehu de ehia wo poverty is just too much. And me feel there or the nya obi obotun wa uplift yan economic situation kakra. Ye kro mo ho no factory bia ani ho, edwuma bia ani ho. Nti say anko school na ambaye teacher, ambaye nurse. Probably there's nothing else you can get to do there. Nti ehia there yesesa enyemam kakra. The normal trend of obia baniato aba man obekọ no nkasa ye hu no, it had to change. Nti na menyem nkofo kasa there probably yehia za oti hia asamase onye hia na afa hia problems no hu because me ma akwa habe ma I'm still living a farmer. Nti menyu agor menyu nkromofo na fitita mamusa na mede anyim bebe menyi na ebodi. Nti ame na meti hia problem na asiye. Nti me feel that some kwa motu maka pribi na mezaba. Memo wata so I have the competence to do it because as I am now, me represent Ghana or United Nations on climate change issues. In the house of the parliament, every member from a panel member from every country now representing the country. Into the situation in your country in terms of climate change, then you bring the solutions back home.
I represent Ghana on the UN climate change.
Yeah.
Oh, climate change, yeah. See, there's a controversial issue on the Namhode, Achimota Forest, Nadi.
Yeah.
Them sale of the forest or a certain part of will it affect our climate change?
Yes.
Will it have any impact on your climate, Nazi?
Yeah. Into me feel that nkasa atmospheric physics. The physics no
atmospheric
the atmosphere. Into bibia okodu wo wim bia no. Mijina ifom mehwe morokodo wo so mijina so mehwe morokodo wo fom. Into when it comes to yan forest na the impact on our climate yan India no forest no. Oyi carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. You how polluted Accra is from cars, from population, and in rubbish dumps a year Accra. Into all my Accra pollution here too high. Into forest no them carbon dioxide no from the air. I'm in fresh air Accra.
So it absorbs the.
It uses the carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. In a way, give out oxygen and so into say ye to first of all, Accra will be seriously polluted. We won't get enough trees to give us oxygen. You're being respiratory problems. The other thing is that it will affect climate change because also mitigate into all carbon dioxide on my room or you cool kakra. Or bosom and suto. See, I share the way in suto wagana ha. See, I'm the baby and suto pan yaxim. Because of forest or baby waxim. Into Achimota forest no contribute to rainfall and you saw Ottawa crana pan. To see you traffic ho. So what to know? So what you chose some more baby bias. If we lose the forest, it means that about affecting your rainfall pattern, they were in suit wakrano. No more best change. The more baby obesi basano. Check.
Hey, Prof. At what point, Anna, or you took the decision to start your working on your professorial degree or whatever it is? Point Benna started because the last time we have a conversation, you were a doctor and you told me that you are working on your associate's
professor. So quick.
So now since you are 40 years a professor, now apart from professor, what else?
Actually, my promotion and position, it takes effect from February 2021. So it means when I was 39.
Okay, so say we are professor now, and now
full professor.
So
that is associate professor, then full professor. That is actually the end. The next level is when you may society, when you may contribute to.
Haven't you achieved it too early? Sanka professor dear. KBR, call retirement, be 55.
That has been the trend, but we are here to change the status quo.
You have really effected
it is possible.
The change. You have really,
it is possible.
1, 2, 3. I can't even when you're 40. But let me start. Honestly, I can't do it.
No, you can. No, you can. Definitely, you can.
Prof, we are really proud of you. But at what point? And I would decide, say. How long have you taught in the university?
At the University of Ghana, I'm in my 4th year. I joined the University of Ghana in 2018.
Okay.
Actually, in August 2018. Then, in fact, when I applied to University of Ghana, I applied as an associate professor. In the University of Ghana, you know, University of Ghana has that pride, you know. So I was interviewed for senior lecturer. So I told myself that.
So where were you before?
No, Ghana Atomic Energy Commission with the Ghana Space Science and Technology Institute.
Okay.
It's a okay. Now me University of Cape Coast. Now me the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission.
It's Ghana Atomic Energy. Where then?
Now me so I started as a scientist, research scientist.
Research scientist in Ghana. Oh yeah.
Research. So in me space science, we use satellites. The monitor into something like forest, but the satellites that monitor from space. But my monitor also young settlements, housing. Into one application, or very important even for Accra. And the new houses are coming up every now and then. But me that monitor, when one of the was done with waterways, now you stop one immediately. And one of was done baby where the market for roads. Yeah, stop one. But government is not even using this technology. I mean, as much as it's supposed to be used. Anyway, in Medeba University of Ghana, then I decided that it shouldn't take me too long to move to the level I really wanted to be, or I want to be. That was 2018, I'm back. Then immediately I had to serve a probationary period. So I served a year, and it took me 1 year. Then made the application to last 2021, last year.
2021.
They called January 2021.
Nyama we studying space now, out of the ordinary. And so still it doesn't come with money. So it is not even motivating your son to go into science. So are you rich? Because
I think I am rich.
Is your work with Jumano? Is it because Nyamana Obobos name say me hunkaka studying space atmosphere? I think it should come with a lot of money, Anna.
Yeah, I think I'm rich. I used to be called Mama Cash. First
audio cash and cash.
First they're from Mama Cash because no me was. Imagine I built my first house at the age of 27. First, no, I was good. Politics now, I'm my
not just say a Jumano edisikaba. Like
no, it's not that bad. I mean, especially if you don't only teach, but you are resourceful. I do consultancy for United Nations institutions. Me for UNDP, me for UNECA, me for UN institutions, baby, including IPCC and ECOWAS, even African Union. The fact that you are ready to work and you expertise another thing is to collaborate, so let people know your worth. That's why I said yes, I'm rich, because the potential is there.
27 na make or heading but na make or worry 27 hey yes you'll be Prof, 27 where's your first house? They say houses. How many houses do you have?
3 only.
At 40.
At 40.
Charlie Momo is my problem. Hey, Prof, time hey, ready.
So all before politics. So I had my last house, no, missing 2017. Yes,
but that is really good. Say, unfa weni share to abako, unye ejuma bako.
No,
you are doing. And na nini na so school a we yere wo hu share so call ye. And na ma wetimi we ye consultancy ni ade de sika bank account. Nti I said the young girl no, school na wo ko no, share so na ko.
yes,
na wo ko wi a, de wo hwehwe wo be ma ho bia no. You can get it yourself. Sometimes I say, man, mutimi ejuma na be man be bob sia wo mo. So the young ladies don't depend on the men, no, just depend on your books, and it will bring you all that you need. Now, if a man ba also wait me, you know, Prof. Honestly, I'm enjoying the conversation, and the revelations are so much. Just say me one more be say we are that's determined. We are who UK who fear sika for fear near dear, but all parents are born home. They also why you sit and now they are very young and very beautiful. Just say who focus here. Enna would ya bedroom pempen so ya would ya do when yankola kama so they are coming up. Sebi almost on babe are they more impact to society? It will make Ghana a very beautiful place than the world.
Exactly.
Now let's go back to the UN representation. In some mokwa, dear na ya a koso ho. Moko bobon komo say ko as nkokrafo ibi ana say. Mokwa dear na ya mokoye ho. Okay,
so a situation like Achimota Forest as a museum can be a topic.
Okay.
Your Etiwa Forest UNESCO heritage site kra.
Yes.
Into yeah, but the situation now Ghana in terms of climate change, more affect the climate. No, my climate but more affect a bit them keta tidal waves or also water region coast them or yeah climate change issue able to make to for address. Into Kwadamana na teach them do yeah purely climate impact into Abadna. United Nations obutum wa ye no was aboa Ghana for na fia avoid until obutum wa trigger some funding to the communities na another funding to coastal communities in Ghana because Ghana may not be
waves na de no. Okay.
Yeah, na say Caribbean wo central region I think western region so until onye ebi until issue ne bana ye can e be another country so wa akado we have a similar problem. Inti biso ha yenu ndie dey say the answer can the Morocco dia ye twitwa na say medeko United Nations make chondo these are the situations all kodo Ghana they can come in no you have a negotiation don't cut the trees we can trade the trees no India no all my carbon credits or carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and when they then here abroad so when they are still industrializing one of a developed country, they are still industrializing. No, what's the carbon dioxide be atmosphere anymore. Until when you land a area, what did you do except a few forest reserves are equa bruchira or until your forest be or natural ampo. Until yes, you try here in India, it means that the whole world is going to struggle. Or climate change, your friend mitigation, on to me carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. It will Obama global warming or west. Meanwhile, Ghana, so you sign the Paris Agreement there, you have global warming. Na do it. It is here, I think you are going against the agreement and United Nations are signed. It's not really a good thing to do. But anyway, the Ghana information, the call, na pick ma United Nations also war Ghana.
Since I represent your funding being at the United Nations to support our climate challenge. Funding
be brave, your adaptation fund. Impact of climate no to that drought, flood, tidal waves, obesi anyway. Inti yenyim do obesi no sika wo ho another futu bi da ho a wada aba aban ho. Aban botum za build the structures. Inti be fa na Accra Gates ne mususa. Adaptation fund ne botum e ko use na fie de bo Gates no ma nsu ta nsu nya afema akọ. Inti ona ye one. E ko so ina bi a drought. Farmers e botum ya to seeds. yeah, drought resistant seeds say a brewer by a short term na seeds are na brew no why ready another buying tinti but we be to improve tinti adaptation on one and yes I wa sika bi ananse te there was odiodio ndua because we plant to trees no the sika no so your mitigation is scar no so obaba we odiodio ndua ama we carbon dioxide if atmosphere yeah well another fund often green climate fund no support whatever to support BBR in relation to climate but then other green so that's green technology more baya civil structures all right bayo BBR we develop more but man fa carbon dioxide ni be nka ho wim man pollute and atmosphere
don't add to the existing one now. Prof, now Erica said you mentioned something in relation to ABS, a open your gutters now. Insure asem
flood.
And yet flood, and net matter say Ghana water for were complaining as our water bodies. What is happening? Will it affect our climate change, or it has no correlation whatsoever?
No, climate change is actually affecting our water bodies, so that's one. Coupled with nyimpa here ankasa so the way I manage here water bodies no. Into Obama impact na I bad. The climate normal and our heat no global warming oma insu no ororo. Insu no ororo into water river basin here ororo. You try Ghana mpo yakọ Lake Chad on a clear evidence Lake Chad in 1960 and the amount of insha over Lake Chad no by in the 2020 year now 2022 year you should know shrink crazy climate change will impact more evaporation to heat na ba na nsu no or you room to them do so sijado or a hubo no ba koso na nsu na asa wo to them na waka into ono wo ho on climate na another thing yankasa so nyimpa he na activity nkofo tunwura odugu nsum kofoto galamsey ya in the water say henusi nti bia kakra no so kra climate change we ja ma he na ye tumi abo ho ban na water company we tun waza ma he ma ya anom no na no so po ya sen nti challenge na the nsu is going to be the next scarce commodity people will fight over today the way will fight over oil CCR no nsu will be the next scarce commodity because it's happening all over the world.
So what are the recommendations? And I say, what are you proposing to stop? And I say, yeah, natural, we can't do anything about it.
We can do a lot.
So we have to change our attitude. And
are they protecting water bodies?
How do we?
Are they preserving forests? So that you bring enough rains into the water bodies. And enough rains into the water bodies. Now you protect without dumping rubbish. Now river banks no be just to protect sooner we'll have some water. Na ye galamsey the way yes say here with galamsey you use technology. You but we are here mining all right, but then yen say water bodies which can be done.
Prof, I'm that me the president mema post to be a meeting.
Me da say.
I shall for. Emma ba one motion Prof. Hey, me say me kwa science fair. Enkomo na ye de na me pacho ma me nton ade kakra bi mbra. Enti twen me men sorry o na prof de afa na me bebisa no enkomo a eye hwehwem pa enti tenase ye twa ye ho abasisi a.
We are one man short. Should we invite him?
Yeah.
It be old cargo.
Can I join you guys?
Yeah.
Always brave, fresh, natural, eggs, mineral, water.
still got it. Always keep hydrated naturally. That's my secret.
Manufactured with the primary aim of preserving nature's finest minerals necessary for a healthy mind and body. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
If I cry na menyisika, edia ye mefui.
Ehin fa na menya bosia edia tre medwuma yimu.
Kai kra mabre me ye busia ato taxi fufu. Suhum Rural Bank.
Suhum Rural Bank.
Yema kwa baba Suhum Rural Bank. Ye won hyehyɛ ahodoɔ bi te sɛ dwadifo abosia, akuokuro bosia, susu account, and that's all wɔ savings account. Me bada chain savings account, and the akeka ho. Press Suhum Rural Bank was 034229186. Now one so what to me aka say.
Suhum Rural Bank. Ama ene mayeka owner.
Suhum Rural Bank. Enti me pa minie.
Suhum Rural Bank, growing our heritage.
Thank you. We are back. The conversation is so just so interesting and very educative. I hope so. Prof, nti sisi ade na ebetimi aye magana. Aye like a safer or a safe place for us to live in. Because they say they near me idea. Say bidie ne gas kra no ne boy the same. Bidie utokutuku ba kwa 170, 150. O fele o cylinder so a kese kakra no so unenam sa 165 ne ade. And what can we do? Most of my young trees and so say gas is so say and so petroleum. Now what can we do? What is the next option?
So for domestic purpose it will be okay to use solar or renewable energy. To me you see solar and wind. Now they produce energy for cooking and lighting at home.
Okay.
But then maybe for industrial purpose, Manana Ghana, yeah, developing country. So it will come to a time and maybe you will produce a cars, you buy enter, you buy so many things. Into going to that scale, you know, enough energy in a day, we may have to go nuclear. Nuclear, so the Ghana, some other corteses will kind of know because we take a brofibio. What's nuclear dangerous? Dangerous for who? Copot on dangerous.
Oh yeah.
Jawo bane fionka de nam copot.
Profession.
Nti BBR can be dangerous. BBR can be risky, but it depends on how we be managing. There are experts war nuclear. Nti me feel that say yeah, Penedo as a country they be nuclear. It will stabilize an energy situation probably for a very long time. Russia uses nuclear. They use hydro as well. To them also use hydro, yeah. But then when Russia-Ukraine war, when you know Ukraine, into war they are now focusing more on the nuclear or depending more on the nuclear, and they are surviving. But the Ghana may be been to hen to see doom sobaba. My hen water a dam in a bui dam, uncle form kakrebi. Water level no form kakrebi. So it's really fragile.
Sisi aminu kasemi mami or shemi. Obeka say nuclear ne hydro na solar on. It's able to breaking it down.
I'm breaking it down. It's different sources of electricity.
Okay.
And Ghana ha yetum electricity from insu.
Okay.
Yeah, the dam, yeah, the free education insu. Na ye chinchima turbine we walk around that ye insu. You bottom say the ye wind, of wind energy. You bottom say ye ewie ya oboya. You bottom ya asesa obi. Na if solar no light na ye the bad. And so different sources of energy. Acquire nuclear. And
nuclear in when you wind na
no nuclear ne ye fi uranium. Ya chemicals oye yotu obi wa Ghana he ya uranium yotu bi wa Ghana he ya.
Oh, okay.
Ya botum ye nya nuclear ye de fim. Bibi kitikiti bi be de kra no botum enya power bebre wo ma.
Wow.
Oba supply the whole country.
Na ye ni mana.
Ye nyimpa but ye tete abrofo ho ano typical of a bibifo. Ye te abrofo ho ano because ye nya stable power. Ye development obeko very quickly. Yen development or contentam sha yen da brofi de bia wo pede yen ye depend on them. The development contentam there are a lot of things a yen kapede ye be import if baby. Yes aba. We would rather want to produce it ourselves. The yen stable energy. Ye be ko yen bebre wanyama bebre ho. Ono ones want us and I want pen odo da. Opede da be depend on them. Into obeka hye yen tim de nuclear with all the justification. Nyanso ye nyimpa da ye wo expertise no so ye botum ye da manage oye nuclear power. Ghana Atomic Energy Commission. We produce scientists bebre, nuclear scientists bebre. Oh hokeke.
Enti Atomic Energy funo, what are they doing?
Into nuclear no
they do recommendations na government on far na there.
I think there will be progress in the baby that the exchange of government because a nuclear program no it takes some time. Or they yet say or the nya baby ye be seen na process we go through nya. Wo be ya edwuma ko the baby no when I change your government. Man workers and start if you stage 1 or they are back until they've been going up round and round and round. But the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission only about nuclear power ya per day be. Why nyama baby you can apply nuclear when nyama baby mu. What the since you use nuclear our country no. You the salarize medical equipment. Operation nyama scissors knives no wodi enko for operations nya ye defa nuclear radiation no wa sterilize it's bani ye di ya before buy sport buyer it's akwa abroach or that the radiation kakra za from oma or chap my article be before Ghana Business and Finance is it Business and Finance some magazines I used to write every month in that into a chromometry is about the use of radiation to preserve young food. And the tomatoes, all the bad 3 days no approve the fat radiation. You can stay on your shelf for 1 month to cry or brown pro. In here the right dosage, it's befum. Into what we use that preserve here is ban. Asha Ghana high is the banana season. Mango, one of our proper bebre. Tomatoes, baby, we buda. A bro ban when you out of food, or shana and watching. It's happened to use technology. I walk room here. Nayan farm preserve. Ama if tomatoes, for example, is out of season,
we won't be found
the same. Eco Europa tomatoes nebo the same or January, February, March up to December. The same amount now every time.
So when they come in season, they are able to preserve.
They are preserve. If it's out of season, you still have the same quantity available to use.
Oh, okay. There's a product recently we've been using Tupperware products. When you put vegetables now, when you keep them in, it can take you for like 1 month. That just said. Is there any radiation in the container?
Say your bacteria or boa it's banuma opro and I'll say until you take or preserve from bacteria until more of a sterilized environment. Or prevent and opro.
Prof, when you were with the atomic, did you do any recommendations like projects? Ben, who understand who said baby? Unfortunately, maybe there was a change of government or something.
That's baby. Me atomic for 7 years. It's not my Ghana Space Science and Technology Institute. In fact, I'm kind of founding member of the Ghana Space Science at the time. You're in the center. And they established a lunch or grow it to become an institute when I was still there. Into me manage the Remote Sensing and Climate Center, and so me feel as a manager. Na my ye my space science na so you use satellites na you monitor environment. Me ye mamotum bia me call every in fact about 90% of hand ministries will depend on space science products. And to make one work easier using space science application obabuahen okay but we akwenye mo Ghana to make every ministry bia or use space science products. but you use waha, you use, but then yako outside, na yako product no, na you process. It's every ministry, every ministry koto, you waste redundant of data in the sky, you waste sky. Into the Ministry of Lands, what are the same, let's say satellite image over the country. Now we're processing for one use as land. In our forestry commission, we also got the same source. Now once we process it for maybe we'll count trees. Into the same picture, you can count buildings. You can also count trees. You can also check waterways. You can also check the water bodies. But each institution is working in silos. Obia got the same data, the same government source. Sikana no obia azukoto. Into na make it, you establish a space line. Into obia amfane sikana nkode beto no mfanta no kor na fancy fa kor na processing differently for different use. Ibia anya interest na ibia anya menanto ya na mama give you up. And so it's one or should I say failed project, but then I hope that the government will offer space and seriously. But then anyway, I asked someone as a country. There are a lot.
I'm loving science now.
Yeah.
I have to go back and do it.
Please.
And then watch your science, papa, watch your idea. Prof, we thank you so much for the education.
Yeah.
The young girl now, we see do most of my map started missing the science difficult. Right now, it is getting very interesting. You are making me highly interested in it. There's a young girl watching us. What are you telling them? Say, I believe everybody was born with a talent.
Yep.
Aside focus, Shreduna school now, you have a lot of role models. Somebody is loving you right now because you are so amazing.
Sure.
And wabo humodena unyamiso wabuao. More better yet today, on to Mbaunchen, but since you're sure with TV, even the futu and Ezebe Manona now for my guide, you know, Ashasane card there. Parents, they provided you with all the things that they can afford that you also needed to for your education and all that. Yeah. What are you telling the parents and what are you telling the girl child? Because women on the front line, no, yepede mbesi afun wobe yetede awu na wona wa bahanyi na ebimpo yepede wobe semyen ehu. Na you build a very beautiful society. In the next 10-20 years, the Ghanaian child, the Ghanaian woman is an amazing personality who is well focused there. On faneni ankotu benying no do anko tema or you're disappointed that then there are a whole lot of issues. What are you telling the Ghanaian child?
I think this topic, and I mean, here a whole hour to talk about.
Prof, you will come again.
I'll summarize it. It's a whole lot. First of all, there, baby, your confidence. There, it's possible. That's one. Two, there are a lot of opportunities that are around that Obia can grab. The third thing is that Makende Obia growing up with your mentor and as somebody to guide. Because the opportunities are there, but who tells who? And I'm sure that this is possible, this is available. You can do it. Somebody should encourage somebody, no. Obia need to look up onto somebody. I'm a man there. Mama kada sisi amazemo ho ato mezama the young minds not to do. Because I'm a me parent na mezobe until maybe a first degree I'm Professor Alote, then he guided me through my career. I made to the state. But anyway, I'm in funny currency. Oh, and abofano ni no to maka abofano ankasa ne confidence on social mentor on who the opportunities. Parents, they are also a big factor in abofano new growth. Na ne ye parent na across any community na abofano be grow no or the enya society what as there education is important. Abofano went to one kwen do echirimpa it should be the environment should encourage obia na onko nanyim but e be ko community bi no when you mind there be a Friday obobo funeral okana oboy keeping no we genuine sida na moframa we jan wabasa wa no we free there o homework here. Into community no so there wo boama nyama otumuko then government ebinyi CCR here no school the way nyama on sisudi it's important we have education policy aban bi abo bezido na ya mba dan another time na obi so abesesan o ma education system no nkodo ye na bibia dam nsam ne besi bia na da ya manage nyama ye no it affects somebody becomes a victim eventually nti bia na waka yawo as a victim nti but whatever the case may be young lady bia hu there it's possible. It be a question, how did I do it? Did I hope that to my baby some figure be a professor be? I would say no. Man, I may young there. Me wa class 1. Me ndo ada me yere mu musia ade. Na mutu mu kwa class 2. Me ndwen da ada mu kwa class 3 and I me ko GHS at the time. Me mind there I'm preparing for my next stage.
So one
step at a time. Let me work hard to move to the next step. Unless I see an opportunity to jump over to class 3 from class 1, then why not? Let me work extra hard and jump over. But then comes with hard work and working also smart. Working smart means also talking to people who already know and they can tell you the unwritten rules in life. Now also I move on into your responsibility at the time you have to be responsible. I encourage every lady or every young mind to do that. It can be young lady, young man to go into this and then work hard. And believe me, it's going to be well for Obia.
Prof, yeah, that's a papa there. Me friend Ghana who don't Ghana misiafo. Yay, Prof Naminshaw. We are most grateful. And I know you will come again. Ma po me ba betchu. Na asan abebi because I know say mofraba no we knew ajo papa. Thank you so much. So the Ghanaian child, our young ladies, hey, Prof, in the mama fancy agran sabafo one fanchem I fancy no one chem say who dey mutumka and one my chimfi wa aje fancy if so Prof, thank you so much. And parents, children, we thank you for watching us. Na what you said ne yebesa also de oba akukudru ni wako nenim yebesa also eza bra obi. Thanks for watching and keep watching TV XYZ. We have very nice educative programs for you and see you next week. Bye.